What's up, savages? Terrence Pop here with another episode of Live from the Lair. And today, I think we need to go over a very important subject. And that has to do with the health of your downstairs mix-up, your Peg D or Slot C. Because a lot of people out there are just going crazy with this equipment that you're given by Mother Nature, and you're not really being careful about it. And you guys are just catching diseases left and right. And let's face it, with the antibiotic resistant shit that's coming out, If you ever caught yourself a case of gonorrhea, back in the day when they used to cure it with pills and shots, you just keep fucking around and catch the super gonorrhea because, yeah, that'll rot your pecker off and it could possibly kill you because it's heavily antibiotic resistant, and the amount of antibiotics that you would need to knock it out damage your kidneys. So you could indirectly wind up on dialysis and die from it today. All right. Now Blake's not here. He's out working with his wife, doing some shit. And you just got Jimmy here. Bring him on, Shaggy.
What's going on, everybody?
All right.
I am noticing that we got some issues over on Odyssey. I am trying to work through those and trying to get the sound back to you guys. So give me a
What's going on with
that? We got no sound, it seems like, over there.
Huh. Well, that could be, you think that could be just growing pains on their end, or?
Yeah, probably. I don't think anything, because I got everything up and running here, so.
Yeah, I'm checking it myself.
Do you think that could be just growing pains on their end? Oh, there we go. Now we got sound there.
You got it? All right.
Now we got sound.
All right, cool.
There we go. Had to refresh the shit over on StreamYard or Restream there. So we're back.
All right. So anyway, this is pretty goddamn serious, and don't be one of those people is like, oh yeah, they got medication that could take care of that. That's starting to not really work anymore. Number one. Number two, AIDS, you can't cure it. You can take a crazy chemical cocktail to bring the viral load down to non-detectable levels. But those pills burn out your liver and kidneys. So you're probably cutting your lifespan down by, 25, 30 years. And just so you can get yourself a piece of tail and, 15 to 30 seconds of oh baby. And there are young men out there who are literally gambling their lives with the little head doing all the thinking. Does that really sound like a recipe for success, gentlemen? I'm going to say no. And we're going to go through these articles. We're going to go through the whole deal. And then I'm going to give you guys a First Sergeant, VD safety briefing at the end. Because let's be honest, gentlemen. When we're young, we're all fucking stupid.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that.
What are you gonna do? That's just the way it goes.
Yep. But we'll just go ahead and jump into these first ones here. This is from U.S. News. U.S. health officials propose using a cheap antibiotic as a quote-unquote morning after pill against the STDs. U.S. health officials plan to endorse a common antibiotic as a post-coitus morning after pill that gay and bisexual men can use to avoid some increasingly commonly STDs.
That would be chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis.
U.S. health officials plan to endorse a common antibiotic morning after pill that gay and bisexual men, of course. The proposed CDC guideline was released Monday, and officials will move to finalize it after a 45-day public comment period.
Oh, all right. So is it, let's get some guesses here. Common antibiotic. It's either amoxicillin or doxycycline. Those are the ones that are produced the most and are the cheapest. Is that correct?
Scroll down here. The proposal comes after studies found that some people who took antibiotic dioxycycline within 3 days of unprotected schmecks were far less likely to get chlamydia, syphilis, or gonorrhea.
Called it.
Compared to with people who did not take the pill after schmecks. The guideline is specific to the group that has been most studied, gay and bisexual men and transgender women who had an STD in the previous 12 months and were at a high risk to get infected again. Well, if they would just
All right. Let me interject an Army story here. All right. I started the Green Beret Express young. I discovered that you could buy actual antibiotics for human beings at the pet store when I was like in high school. So while I was in the Army, I always maintain a supply of doxycycline, tetracycline, and there was one other one. What's it? Flagell or whatever. For my own personal use, because guess what? While I was young and slinging seed like an old bird feeder, there's about 6 weeks I don't remember because I was so drunk. And who knows what could have happened in those blackouts. Luckily for me, I took my antibiotics just in case I did something stupid. And back then, it worked. I would not recommend that today, because let's be honest, you're gonna get rotted off the range. And what that means is when you start dripping, you're going to go to the doctor, and they're going to have this Q-tip thing on the end of a piece of wire, and they're going to ram it down your pee hole all the way down to the base of the stalk, pull it out, and then look at it under a microscope and see what kind of goodies you got growing on your shit down there. And in the military, I have written the sick call slips for probably, in 33 years, 200 dudes for issues with their downstairs mix-up, which in a roundabout way, vada. Because in today's day and age, you catch the stuff. The only reason you're catching it is either you're stupid or lazy. That's it. There is no other excuses. All right.
Fun times.
Just telling you, man. That one dude, Riggs. He literally went on sick call like 2 or 3 times a week for months on end for VD. And it came to an end when he pissed top for syphilis. And he was quickly moved out to somewhere else. I don't know what happened to him after that. If he kept up doing what he was doing, he's probably unalive now.
Sometimes I'm just jumping back and forth between the chats here just to make sure that things are all up and running, because apparently Kick was not working there for a second, but it is working now.
Growing pains.
So yeah, Murphy showed up, and of course he's got to stick it in our ass.
And I think we are the only. I don't know if there's anyone else who streams to as many platforms at one time as we do.
Yep. I don't know what the issues are. I'm on my new PC here, so fucking Murphy shows up. Of course, it wouldn't be a stream if that didn't happen.
It's happened. It's not a big deal, bro.
But jumping back into the article here, there's less evidence that the approach works for other people, including heterosexual men and women. That could change as more research is done, said Merman, who oversees the CDC's STDs effort. Even so, the idea ranks as one of the only few major prevention measures in recent decades in a quote-unquote field that's lacked innovation for so long, said Merman. The others include a vaccine against the HPV virus and pills to ward off the HIPAA.
Yeah, like I said before, those pills are not good for your internal organs, for the HIPAA, and it's not a secret. It's been known for years that we're developing a lot of antibiotic-resistant, pathogens just by using antibiotics as much as we do. I mean, we have farmers washing fruit, in antibiotic mixtures. They're giving it to all of our animals, our poultry, everything. So the entire food chain that contacts these antibiotics is becoming resistant to them, and there will come a time where they probably will quit working. and then we're really fucked.
Fun times.
Hmm.
Let's see, doxycycline, a cheap antibiotic that has been available for more than 40 years, is a treatment for health problems including acne, chlamydia, and Rocky Mountain spotted fever.
Yep. Yes, it is.
The CDC.
What?
Go ahead.
You can also treat with doxycycline. You can treat malaria, Lyme disease. What else? If you get like sepsis, get an infected cut, you take it for that. It works pretty good for the most part, but it is very commonly used in agriculture. So yeah, this solution is probably not going to hold up for the long run.
It goes on. The CDC guidelines were based on 4 studies using doxycycline against bacterial STDs. One of the most influential was a New England Journal of Medicine study earlier this year. Found that gay men, bisexual men, and transgender women with previous STD infections who took the pill were about 90% less to get chlamydia, about 80% less to get syphilis, and 50% less likely to get gonorrhea compared to those people who didn't take the pills after sex.
Oh my God.
A year ago, San Francisco's health department began promoting doxycycline as a morning after prevention measure. Well, they definitely need it down in San Francisco.
Oh my God, yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I sent you an article earlier. There's a small town in Florida it literally is the highest STD rate in the entire country.
I didn't read that one, but isn't that one like a part of a retirement community?
I believe it is.
That's what I was expecting. With infection rates rising, we didn't feel like we could wait. Dr. Stephanie Cohen, who oversees the Department of STD prevention work. Some other city, county, and state health departments, mostly on the West Coast, followed suit. At Fenway Health, a Boston-based healthcare center that serves many gay, lesbian, transgender clients, about 1,000 patients are using doxycycline. That way now, said Dr. Tamir Khan, the organization's associate medical research director. The guidelines should have a big impact because many doctors have been reluctant to talk to patients about it until they heard from the CDC, Khan said. Yeah.
Okay. So the antibiotic you're trying to pronounce is called doxycycline.
Cycline. All right, there we go.
Doxycycline. Yeah. And then you have amoxicillin, which is like 2 molecules different from the doxycycline. How do I know this? I have no idea.
Oh, man.
I mean, it must be a brain injury thing. I have facts floating around in the back of my thinking meat that aren't attached to any type of identification cards. They just kind of show up.
The drug's side effects include stomach problems and rashes after sun exposure. Some research has found that ineffective in heterosexual women, and widespread use of the doxycycline as a preventative measure could theoretically contribute to mutations that make bacteria impervious to the drug.
There you go.
That kind of antibiotic resistance hasn't materialized in San Francisco, but it would be important to watch for, Cohen said.
All right. Well, we all know that there's a strain of gonorrhea floating around out there that's highly antibiotic resistant. And listen, when shit blows up in your life and you're in that pool, that quagmire of helplessness and loneliness or hopelessness, whatever. All right. You could decide you're going to go out and, bang a slump buster and catch yourself something nasty. And that's just one more thing to push you over the edge. So that's kind of why I'm touching on this, because if you're in a bad state of mind, then you get hit with this on top of all that, it could be quite devastating.
Yep, sure can. But he did mention the super gonorrhea. Well, Here it is. Super strain of gonorrhea circulating in the U.S. is so powerful it can evade many antibiotics used to treat it. Fun times.
All right. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I had about a half a dozen soldiers in my career who had gonorrhea and literally, you know, didn't say shit about it until it was really, really bad. And they were absolutely miserable. Uh, one guy actually had it had traveled up inside and infected one of his kidneys. This is serious business, man. And if it's antibiotic resistant, I can't even imagine the hell that will inflict upon you.
Uh, yeah, no thanks.
Uh-uh.
So-called super strain of gonorrhea against many types of antibiotics are less than effective or not effective at all have been identified in the U.S. for the first time, health officials said on Thursday, raising further concerns that post-antibiotic era is approaching.
What's the date on that article?
Let's see. This one is from January 2023. So
Okay.
from this year.
Now the super gonorrhea thing, that's wrong because I've been hearing about this for about 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
So
I
they
was gonna
didn't
say,
just discover it. That's bullshit.
yep, it's just now making its way over here because I do believe remember a few articles of it starting out in Japan.
Yeah, there's like a weird dynamic when it comes to like Asia and venereal disease. I wonder why that is. Could it be all of the basket fucking, rampant prostitution, the poor are willing to do anything for a buck? I don't know why that is. It's so weird.
Crazy how that all works out.
Yeah, man. You don't need that aggravation, man.
Nope. The case identified in Massachusetts was successfully treated with ceftriaxone.
Yep.
There we go. At least pronounce that one right. An antibiotic recommended to treat the disease, state health officials said in a news release. A higher than recommended dose wasn't required to clear the infection, a state public health spokesperson tells Fortune. Though the U.S. Center for U.S. CDC and Prevention recently doubled the recommended dose.
Yep.
Newly identified strain showed reduced susceptibility to 3 types of antibiotics and resistance to an additional 3, including penicillin.
Well, that was not a surprise. We've been using penicillin since just after World War One.
Yep. It marks the first U.S. case in which all recommended drugs were less than effective or completely ineffective, the state health department said in a Thursday bulletin to clinicians. The case serves as an important reminder that strains of gonorrhea in the U.S. are becoming less responsive to a limited arsenal of antibiotics, health officials said in a statement. The U.S. is experiencing a rising epidemic of STDs. Dr. George Benjamin, executive director of the American Public Health Association, tells Fortune, with some experts referring to this issue as a hidden epidemic.
Well, because it is. And I have no idea why we can't seem to get this under control, because it's getting out of hand. When you look at some of those CDC studies and stats, holy crap. It has just gone off the hook in the past 15 years.
That's what the sexual revolution will do.
I think it was both the sexual revolution and internet dating.
That would do it. Let's see. Cases of gonorrhea and STD often shows no signs but can lead to genital discharge. Ugh, yummy. Burning during urination, sores, and rashes, among other symptoms, rose by 131% nationally between 2009 and 2021.
What I tell you, internet dating.
Yeah. While rates of STD transmission in the U.S. fell during the early months of the pandemic, they surged later in the year with cases of gonorrhea and syphilis eventually surpassing 2019 levels.
Oh, how tasty.
No,
it's not good, man.
Yeah. Another similar strain of gonorrhea with reduced response to ceftriaxone And another antibiotic was also recently identified in Massachusetts, health officials noted. And similar case was recently seen in Nevada, though that
Ah,
strain remains sensitive to at least one type of antibiotic.
Nevada.
Don't go to the bunny ranch.
You catch yourself a bad case of something or other.
Don't want neither of that.
Herpegonasyphilaids.
Yeah. Let's see. The
Tailgate
novel.
aggravation.
No. The novel strain has been previously reported in Asia Pacific countries and in the UK in recent years, Massachusetts health officials said. In a similar case previously seen in Nevada, though that strain remains sensitive to at least one class of antibiotics. CDC didn't immediately respond to Fortune's questions to whether the strain or similar ones have been identified anywhere else in the U.S.
I'm sure they have, but normally they're not going to say anything about it until they actually have a completed study with the information. So that's typically how they work. They might suspect something's happening, but until they actually see the physical evidence and do the studies and get the data, they really don't know.
But, a scary proposition, like a girl taking you out from the bar to take you out behind the dump dumpster, and there you go. Get yourself some super gonorrhea.
And pump you full of gonorrhea.
The Massachusetts case highlights the growing concern regarding antimicrobial resistance, one of the top 10 public health threats facing humanity, according to the WHO. Antimicrobial resistance occurs when bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites evolve over time, becoming less responsive to medicines, making infections increasingly difficult or impossible to treat. We're watching this antibiotic era turned into a post-antibiotic era. Dr. Michael Olstrom, director of the University of Minnesota Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy. Yeah, they really need to fucking break these words down, man. I'm having problems with some syllables here.
Syllables?
That's a scary proposition.
Well, here's the thing right here. Okay. So what they're trying to tell you is the post-antibiotic era. If you haven't noticed, our population has gone through the roof basically since roughly just after World War One. And one of the reasons that is happening is a lot of the pathogens that used to kill people on the regular are now getting treated with antibiotics. And we're going to see that death rate again if we get to that point where everything is resistant to antibiotics and we're back at square one. It's not going to be pretty.
Let's see here. Where were they? Global efforts are underway to slow the increase in resistance, since it's an impossible process to stop, he says. But little is being done in this regard or to develop new treatments. November 2021 statement by the WHO called the clinical pipeline of new antimicrobials dry.
Okay.
2 years later, that pipeline remains dry, according to Benjamin, as an increased number of treatments become ineffective due to antimicrobial resistance. We're having more powerful drugs with more side effects, he says. At some point, we won't have anything useful to treat gonorrhea with.
That's right. Oh, and I want to make a quick announcement to everyone watching. I am officially a senior citizen now. Yesterday, I turned 55. So I am now in the kindergarten class of senior citizenship.
Oh,
nice, huh?
Happy belated birthday there, Pop.
I just can't believe I'm 50 fucking 5, man.
Fun times.
All right. All right, so move on to the next article. This is that's getting dry towards the end. Listen, what they're trying to say is you're using your junk irresponsibly in ways that wasn't designed to be used, and you're using it way too often, and you're winding up catching yourself something nasty. and that nastiness is becoming resistant to our medications. So the best way to cure this is never catch it at all. That's why I'm warning you dumbasses out there who I know are going to be dick thinking and go, well, Pop, it just feels so much better. For now, give it 72 hours and then, come back and tell me that.
Oh, God, it burns.
Listen, you ain't seen the pee-pee dance until you've seen a soldier, waiting for his sick call slip to go to the hospital doing the gonorrhea jumping jacks. And then you just kind of fill it out real slow. Hold on. I'll be right with you.
Got to make sure I cross all the T's and dot all the I's.
No. Just prolong suffering a little bit more because they're a little stupid.
Yep. Pain is the best teacher, as we know.
It is.
But on top of gonorrhea, we got 3 other ones that we should be worried about.
Okay.
Of course, we already know the gonorrhea is getting us unfixable. But chlamydia and syphilis are also helping out there.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Gonorrhea developed the strongest resistance to drugs, but the worries are untreatable. It's about untreatable syphilis and chlamydia come at a time when rates for the 3 STDs is rapidly rising in the United States, especially among young people ages 20 to 24.
And what do people at those ages do? They're dick thinking.
I think with their dick, Paul.
There you go.
According to data published by the CDC in 2014, the most recent year available, cases of chlamydia have increased 2.5%, and gonorrhea 5.1%, and syphilis 15.1%.
All right, so let's put all this on a VD scale. So chlamydia is actually gonorrhea light, right? And syphilis is gonorrhea squared. There you go. Listen, syphilis is no joke. The health department will get involved if you piss hot for that, and it's not pretty.
Yep. It's even It's even worse when you have to call the parents of an underage person.
Yeah, I had to do that. That was very distressing.
Not good. But how worried should we be? STDs are hidden epidemics of enormous health and economic consequences in the United States, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In the U.S., STDs are more frequent among college-age women, the highest prevalence being among women ages 20 to 24.
Yeah, the college years. Those are those prostitutes I've been warning you about.
Get yourself some drippy clam chowder there, boys.
No, you don't need that, man.
According to the CDC, there are about 820,000 new gonorrhea infections in the United States.
Wow.
In fact, gonorrhea is the second most important commonly reported infectious disease after chlamydia. In the past, gonorrhea was successfully treated in several classes of antibiotics, including the ubiquitous penicillin. Over time, however, gonorrhea had developed a resistance to many of them, and now we are down to one recommendation effective class of antibiotics to treat it. Problem doesn't end there. Gonorrhea is even starting to show decreased susceptibility to the last line treatment option. This makes this bacterium a multi-drug resistant organism, which are now often called superbugs.
Yep. And you don't want that. I mean, they have a superbug called MRSA, and then they have staph infections, which you get that a lot in the hospital. And if you don't catch that stuff in time, it will rot your body off.
Yep.
And gonorrhea, let's just face it, it's I believe it falls into the family of bacterium that are related to staph infections. I could be wrong, but yeah. That's nasty shit right there.
So nasty.
Nasty.
But how do the superbugs spread through STDs? This will be wonderful to know. Well, it starts with
They don't know how it spreads.
It spreads just like the legs of the ladies.
Yeah, you put your pickle and you dip it in her sauce, and then you take some of that sauce home with you, and it grows and grows until shit starts falling off. You don't need that. Stay away from the secret sauce, gentlemen.
Nasty. Let's see. As bacteria gets exposed to more and more antibiotics, they find a way to protect themselves. This is called resistance, and bacteria require it from a random changes in their genetic code or DNA. Once the resistant strain arises, every time an antibiotic is used, it will kill the bacteria without the defense mechanisms. This essentially wipes out the weaker bugs, eliminating competition and allowing the resistant ones to thrive. Using antibiotics improperly, i.e. not following doctors' recommendations, is one of the main reasons why superbugs spread.
And it could be because they use antibiotics in agriculture and they're everywhere now.
Yep. Infections caused by these bacteria are hard and expensive to treat. That's what happened with gonorrhea. Now we got the new guidelines here. The WHO develops global norms for standard STD treatment and prevention intended for healthcare professionals. The new guidelines give specific recommendations for the treatment of 3 common STDs, including gonorrhea. They also highlight the importance of taking prompt action. They urge public health and medical communities to work together to monitor antibiotic resistance and develop new treatment options. The WHO states that resistant bugs make quote-unquote prevention and prompt treatment critical.
Yes, they do.
Are other treatments possible? The fact that we're going down one effective class of antibiotics to treat the gonorrhea is concerning. Because research to develop new drugs and bring them into the market takes several years, the most important thing we can do now is prevention.
Or leave your pecker in your pants.
Yep.
There you go. Man,
don't mess with the 304s.
Chats and MGTOW are dirty.
I don't know. Better not look. I'll get distracted.
There's all kinds of dials and pegs on those, man.
Oh, man.
Dirty.
Well, of course. MGTOW is the best chat on the internet. So, what happens if you get yourself an untreatable STD, Pop? Well, as of today, the current recommendation treatment for gonorrhea is dual therapy, using 2 drugs, a single shot of
so they stack it, right?
Yep. That word, I can't pronounce it. Sorry, I don't do
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
And oral azithromycin. Azithromycin. There we go. This will effectively stop the infection. No treatment failures using this regimen has been reported in the U.S. yet and is being closely monitored. Effective treatment for chlamydia and syphilis has not changed, and no resistance has been reported yet in the U.S.
Yet.
Getting an STD is not the end. Many STDs are curable, and all are treatable, except for HPV. If either you or your partner is infected with an STD, both of you need to start treatment immediately and avoid getting reinfected.
Yeah, and you were saying there's no treatment for warts. They just burn them off.
Ugh. Get the lance.
Yeah, show up at the special adult clinic to get on a Wednesday to get your warts burned off in Fort Lewis.
Or they use a melon baller.
I think they use some type of liquid nitrogen. My buddy Vigari, he was my roommate. He had a big thing cut off the end of his weenus. And it looked bad. It literally, I saw that and I was like, I'm like, nope, I am not throwing my dick on the crap table anymore because that could be bad.
This is bad, right?
No, it literally looked like they took a melon baller and cut a chunk out of the end of his penis. Yeah.
Oh, no thanks.
Trying to save you guys, bro. And
yeah.
This is when you go in the military, everyone gets this briefing in the beginning, and it's usually incredibly brutal. but I am trying to add a comedic spin to this because I want you guys to learn these lessons and not shut off.
Yeah. But just in case you don't know how to prevent to get yourself an STD, number one, condoms. Use them correctly every time you have your fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Have fewer partners. Ideally, agree to have only sex with one person who agrees to only have sex with you. Yeah, good luck with that these days.
What's that word? Faithfulness or loyalty? That seems to be exceedingly rare today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that one's off the table.
Yep. Talk to your partner. Talk with your sex partner about STDs and staying safe before having sex. But this one right here, this should be the first thing that you do is get tested. Make sure you both get tested. Know for sure neither of you have an infection.
Here's another strategy. If you have Tourette's of the elbow and you are eating heavily and you are gaining weight, the way you kind of cure yourself of that is you push away from the table. Well, it's the same thing with bad poon. Push away from the pussy. You don't need it, especially if it's going to give you some type of lifelong infunction. You don't need that.
Yeah. Nasty.
Lifelong infunction.
Yep. But this last one, I think we can say that vaccinations are questionable. But they say safe and highly effective vaccines are available for 2 STDs, hepatitis B and HPV. HPV is, in fact, the most common STD. There are specific recommendations for routine and catch-up vaccinations for those 2 STDs.
Yep. Yeah, that one's actually very, very common. So I would be shocked if a small minority of this country didn't have it at all. So the thing is there's different strains. Some of them are really fucking bad. You don't want those.
No. But we'll go ahead and give you a warning about the overprescribed antibiotics.
Here we go.
Because that's also a bad thing. Let's see, this one is from silencedaily.com. When patients request or demand an antibiotic, even when it is unlikely to help, a physician might be tempted to give in and write a prescription, especially if they're working in a busy setting like the urgent care or emergency department. However, a major new study by researchers at Intermountain Health and Stanford University finds that overprescribing and inappropriate prescribing amount of antibiotics is not only leading to antibiotic resistance, but also causing significant patient harm. It is one of the most comprehensive studies to document the impact of antibiotic overuse in clinical practice.
Really?
Every year, there are enough outpatient antibiotics prescribed in the U.S. just to cover 80% of the population. A new study published of the Journal of Internal Medicine examined 51 million patient encounters over a 15-year period and focused on upper respiratory infections where antibiotics were known to be prescribed 50% of the time.
Okay.
Researchers found that the most dangerous antibiotics were rarely indicated and commonly used, leading to 1 in 300 of those patients experiencing side effects dire enough to require a follow-up doctor's visit or even hospitalization.
Okay, so they're taking too much antibiotics? Huh. Okay. Well, you figure 80% of the country, that's a lot of antibiotics that are just given out willy-nilly. And then you have like all of the ones you get for agriculture. And that's where I get most of mine at. Because you don't need a prescription over there. You can just buy them. Tell them you're going to put them in a fish tank or something.
Yep, there you go. Oh, let's see. Researchers found that the study was one of the few studies large enough to estimate serious but rare adverse events such as potentially deadly diarrhea infection.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
A diarrhea infection.
With previous studies showing that 34 million unnecessary antibiotic prescriptions annually in the US, this translates to real harm to many patients and their families. These findings underscore that inappropriately giving patients antibiotics is causing real and widespread harm, said Harris Carmichael, MD, principal investigator of the study and hospitalist at Intermountain Health in Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
Having these kinds of side effects for one in a few hundred or even 1,000 patients may not seem like a lot, but when you look at this problem in a population health level, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of adverse events severe enough that these patients need additional care from a doctor.
Yep.
This means time off work and school for families, unnecessary doctor visits, and risks serious infections that can last for months or years.
Or forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
In retrospective study, researchers in the Intermountain and Stanford reviewed insurance claims that from the Clinformatics Data Mark database. Using data from Medicare Advantage and other commercial insurance patients in all 50 states, inpatient and outpatient administrative charge claims, pharmaceutical claims, and patient demographics for beneficiaries between December 2002 and December 2017, they found 50.9 million claims for upper respiratory infections, including I know that one, laryngitis, bronchitis, and the common cold, representing 23 million unique patients. Researchers then identified instances where patients did and did not receive oral antibiotics for a upper respiratory infection, and if the patients were diagnosed with either diarrhea, candida, all these fucking medical terms, god damn it, candidiasis.
That's yeast infection.
Ugh, yummy. That one, an infection or a mix of these side effects thereafter. They found that 62.4% of the upper respiratory infection patients filed a prescription for an antibiotic, consistent with prior studies of this population. Following their initial visits, 26% of those patients had a follow-up outpatient visit within 14 days.
All right. You don't have to keep reading this one. This is way too dry.
Yeah.
This is medical lingo, and again, I'm just giving you the information so you can make your own decisions.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Medical mumbo jumbo that I do not know how to pronounce, so I apologize for that.
That's all right.
But now that we are officially starting to go into the fall weather patterns and whatnot,
here we go.
If you haven't heard, you're supposed to, you hear it every year. Get your flu shot. Get your flu shot. Well, they're wanting to pair it up with the other shot.
Yep.
CDC recommends updated coof poke for fall-winter flu season.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, listen, when I was in the service, they had to chase my ass down to get the flu shot. And I was able to dodge the bullet enough times that I really only took the flu shot like every third year when they finally tracked me down and forced me to take it. Because I am not a fan of that shit. Because every time I get the flu shot, I feel like I got the flu. And no thank you.
Yep. I was just ready to say the only time I've had the flu is twice ever in my life when I was a kid. That was after I got the shot. So I tell them every year to smurf my balls.
We're just covering this because that mRNA technology that they think is the next big thing is fucking people up left and right, and they want to put it in all kinds of other medications.
Yep, they even want to put it in the food.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with these people?
Fun times. But the CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older get an updated COVID-19 poke to protect against the potentially serious outcomes of the coof illness in the fall and winter.
All right.
So are we gonna have another winter of death or something like that?
Maybe, I don't know. But here's the thing. Okay. If you're a young person more than likely, you're gonna be just fine if you catch, the COVID or a cold or flu. It doesn't really get, uber nasty unless you're old or you have a compromised immune system. So getting all of these vaccines for this stuff is just stupid. I highly recommend not doing it.
Instead of getting the Pope, just go get yourself some apple flavored paste with a nice picture of a horse on it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like I didn't use that or anything.
Yeah, no, of course not. No, 'cause we're not livestock, Pop. We would never do such a thing, right?
Well, it's the applicator gives you dosage by pound. So there you go. I mean, 200-pound man. I think the dose I took is equivalent to like a small cow or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see. Updated pokes from Pfizer BioNTech and Moderna will be available later this week. Now, what happened
Yeah,
to
no
what happened
fucking
to
way.
whatever happened to Johnson and Johnson?
Uh-huh.
The one that was supposed to be a one and done.
And what did they test this new one on? What, eight mice now, or maybe a puppy?
Yeah, that's from what I've heard. But
Yeah, no, thank you.
yeah, that's gonna be a. We're gonna have to go the big fuck off on that one. Fucking CDC. I don't see why anyone even trusts them anymore.
Well, I'm going to be honest. The WHO, the CDC, and virtually all the other big countries that have organized healthcare, something is invaded that space, and they're pushing very unsafe products that weren't tested properly for an illness that really wasn't that deadly. So when you add all of that up, and I think about it, in a deeper level, it scares the shit out of me. Because if that's the case, there is a force or a intelligence that is doing this on purpose, and it's probably not for any good reason that I can think of, other than depopulation.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Not good at all here.
Some genocide? Yeah. No, thank you.
No, thank you. All right, let's see. We can jump into some super chats here. I know we saw a few of them over here. See, I got Alex Patino over here on YouTube for $5. Says, until 2004, the Army allowed rotting of the range. Does anyone remember no brass, no ammo, Sergeant? I had to clean my pockets out.
Every time you left the range where you were shooting your weapon, you had to get a shakedown where they looked in all your ammo pouches, and you had to say no brass, no ammo. So if they found any on you in the barracks later on, they would slam fuck you. That's how that works.
And a little quick side note: if you watch Full Metal Jacket real closely, you'll see Private Pyle doing that.
Yep.
Because he takes about half a full magazine and puts it to the side.
Yes, he does.
Nice little Easter egg there for you.
It's foreshadowing of what was going to happen in the bathroom.
Got Soul on the Lich here with $20 20 ARS. It says Avengers: Age of Herpegonasyphilaids.
Herpegonasyphilaids, along with your broken shoulder, neck, back, knee.
Nice. Let's see, jumping over to Rumble here, guy Gendai 351, $5. Says, question for Pop. I recently stumbled across an AI text-to-speech app. Could I have permission to borrow your voice for an experimentation?
Yeah, okay.
Just no gay stuff, man.
No gay shit. Send it to me first so I can see it.
There you go. All right, let's see here. Got a Proud Australian 85, $20. Says, in the immortal words of Riggs, a standing dick has no brains.
Yeah.
Nice.
Standing dick has no brains. Eh?
Pixels G Tao, $5 says, "Sup, boys?"
What's up?
Good. Says, "What's up, boys?" Let's see.
Standing. I had to write that one down. That was funny.
That was good.
Standing dick has no brains. Is that for the super chats?
Let's see. We've got a few more here. I got Steve OUK with $2. Says, this is a quote. Nobody would believe in 1899 that medicine would all but wipe out infectious diseases, but that disease would fight back. That is from Michael Christian in Timeline in 1999.
Cool. Well, I mean, the way Mother Nature works is it always tries to find a way to keep living. So, like rats, you use rat poison on them. After enough time passes, they start to get resistant to the poison, and then after enough time, it doesn't even affect them anymore. So, I mean, that's just the way everything works here on this planet. It's the same thing for antibiotics. Antibiotics is basically a chemical produced by mold to control pathogens. And they started off with the penicillin, and then they tweaked that formula, I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of times to get all of the different antibiotics that we use. So we'll see.
So you got a M Tyler 11 here, $5. Says, only time I've ever had the flu was when Uncle Sugar forced it on me. Most years I was able to duck, dodge, dip, dive, dodge when the unit went.
Yep.
Dodgeball reference. Nice.
Yep. I used to do the same thing, man. I'd be like, I'm gonna dip out of this one.
Yep.
Yeah, and then when you've been in the military for a minute, you get promoted to the rank of E7. You become what's known as a senior NCO, and or the old salty dogs if you're from the Marine Corps. Those guys are usually very sly, sneaky, know the system, and it's really hard to get them to participate in an activity if they really don't want to. I've been that guy. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Knote 72, $5 says, my last job tried to get his jab by offering it free. They did the in-house clinics, but on first shift. But I was doing 12-hour days, 12-hour days on second shift. So I noped out. Found out 2 days later it was the J&J jab.
All right, yeah. I don't know, man.
All right, looks like Gendai 351. He's got the AI pop sent to you there, Pop. So
pull it up, see if you can get it to work.
It's an email. All right, let's see if I can.
There better not be any copyrighted music on there, you motherfucker.
Yeah, let me open up the emails here real quick. Oh, fuck it.
Huh. Somebody in the chat was offered $1,200 to take the jab. Huh. Fuck that.
Nice.
You can't pay me enough for that shit.
Nope. I don't know. Looks like you'll have to do the verification there, Pop, for me. I'm on my
All right, well, I'll look at it later then. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll be sure to take a look at that later. All right, looks like that's all for the Rumble chat there. We'll jump over to MGTOW.tv, the best chat on the internet. Let's just go ahead and see what's in there. Holy smoking Joe Frazier.
Ooh.
You guys are awesome over there. See, MGTOW Mando with $2 says, is the cornfield the appropriate place to avoid the super STDs? Asking on behalf of someone pushing the buttons for you.
Well, I don't know, Jim.
You're an asshole, man. It's a good burn, man. Good burn.
Hey, yeah, it is what it is. I got you. We've all been there. There's no shame.
It happens, man. I got crazy uncle here with $5. Says women claim 1 out of 4 women are sexually assaulted. That was the right numbers to the wrong subject.
Yeah, what is the actual VD rate for women? It's like 1 in 3 have some type of VD.
Something like that, I believe.
Listen, man, the women of today are a train wreck, man. Holy smoking, Joe Frazier.
Yep. He actually follows it up with a couple more here. It says, turns out 1 in 4 women in the U.S. have an STD. Sorry, women, when your drippy cave has a high chance of being more infected than a Wuhan lab, it just isn't worth the time to go spelunking.
No, it is not. It's not worth it.
Let's see. Crazy Uncle's third one here. It says, thanks to being in the information age, they can't hide the fact there are actual cures. I have talked to retired personnel in the medical research field, and they all say the same thing. If you ever say there's no cure for that, they will chime in with the unison, bullshit. Issue is, cures don't make money. So, yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, now, there are probably some illnesses that they cannot cure. But there's probably some out there that they can, and they're absolutely not doing it because they want to milk people for more cash. That is fucked up.
Yep.
Wow.
A healthy patient is not a moneymaker.
Nope.
Let's see. I got MGTOW Mando back again for $3. Says, so Pop is officially the old man. Military guys will get the reference.
Yeah. I'm the old salted dog now.
Gert Frobe says $5 says a rubber won't save you from crabs, Mr. Shagnasty. Lose the picture, go back live. No flu shot for me ever.
Yeah, you're right, and that's why I call people who use the condom with irresponsible who say ring of fire.
Yeah,
and that could include scotchy chingos.
And to answer your middle question there, or your middle comment there. My camera still is not working. I apologize. I'm probably just gonna have to go out and get a different one, and one that comes with a disc to download the hard drive, software, all that shit on. So we'll get back there eventually. But
All right.
let's see. Single for life. Well, you can probably already guess what he wants, Pop.
Oh no. I hate that woman. God damn, I hate that woman.
Question is, Pop, would you rather have that or yourself a nasty bout of the super gonorrhea?
That's a very unfair question. They're pretty much equal.
Yeah.
That's not even funny, man.
Nope. Jumping over to Odyssey here. Looks like we got one from Woo Woo. Why is it always windy in Nevada? Sucks in Utah and blows in California. What happens in Reno just might make you shoot sparks.
Yeah.
As a Carson City kid, capital shitty, Air Force Army was not what she looked like on HBO when you get to see her waiting in line at the Albertsons pharmacy for her makeup.
Her makeup?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no thanks. All right, looks like that is all of the chats there. We do a quick head count here. We got 446 on YouTube. We got 553 out doing over on Rumble. We got 56 on MGTOW.tv. 11 on Odyssey. 9 on Twitch. 18 over on DLive, and Kick is rocking. Gotta do a reload here. 4.
Okay, not bad. We're right around 1100, 1150. Not bad.
Yep.
A little light, but we didn't get the announces out in time. So
yeah, it was a bit of a mix up with the had some wires crossed and whatnot. But
It's
I
just growing
did.
pains. We'll get the SOP knocked out. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I did open up those other articles that you showed, Pop. You sent me, Pop. Yeah, one we can't open.
Why is that?
Let's just say it's nasty, and plus we're still on YouTube.
Oh, you're talking about the one that shows the actual
Yeah,
the pictures?
yeah. I opened that up. I was like, what the heck? He's like, oh God, oh God.
That's why I put it there for the shock value, man.
Oh God.
Ah.
Oh, that was nasty.
Listen, man, when I was in the military for my first 6 years in the service, every year we get a VD briefing, and they would show you some of the vilest pictures of people with VD and all of the horrible stuff that was going on. It was so painful, but it was effective for me for the most part. But yeah, whew.
Well, for those that wish to have those images scarred in your memory, I'll be sure to add those to the sources list. I will put a disclaimer up there. Open at your own risk.
So you think we'd actually get in trouble from YouTube for showing actual medical pictures of people with diseased parts?
Yes. Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad, man.
Oh my God! All right. Ah, man, I feel bad now. What do you? I was kind of hoping we'd have some shock value in there. All right, now
I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight seeing those. I have to take a few extra slugs of my peach moonshine to fall asleep.
All right, now if you guys think that the rich and the famous are immune from VD, you're out of your goddamn minds. Do we have that list?
We do.
Oh shit!
We'll start off with the short list here. Top 10 celebrities with debumpies.
The herp.
Herpegonasyphilaids.
Now it was rumored that Robin Williams had the herp too.
I don't think I heard that one. All right, where's the list at? Damn it! Here we go. Tony Bennett, American pop singer, famous for being in big bands and shows.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise. Born in 1926, in 1986, a woman named Linda Feldman claimed that he transmitted the herpes to her.
Okay, well, he is an entertainer. Women are probably throwing it at him left and right.
Yep.
Didn't think it through.
And we got Derek Jeter.
Jeter.
Baseball player and actor.
Okay.
I didn't know he was an actor.
I didn't know either.
One of the men behind the Hollywood herpes outbreaks. He spread herpes to Scarlett Johansson, Jessica Biel, Jessica Alba, Mariah Carey, and Vanessa Minnillo.
Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit! He gave Scarlett Johansson the herp.
According to this,
that's terrible.
And Nick Cannon, you might want to go get tested, bro.
Wow. And he's just a professional athlete, right?
Yeah, he used to play baseball for the Yankees.
When was that?
Oh, this was he was big in like the 90s and 2000s. I think I'm pretty sure he's retired by now.
All right.
Of course, handsome athlete and some celebrity girlfriend. Some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no. Nothing.
I wonder if they got sued for that. That seems pretty shitty.
But apparently he is now the CEO of Miami Marlins.
Huh. Okay.
Good on him. Yep. Here we go. Robin Williams.
What'd I tell you?
Yep. 1980, a woman claimed that he was infected with herpes and spreading it by an extramarital affair. Robin Williams is considered one of the best comedians of all time. He is, in my opinion. And here's a list of his big hits, whatnot. I'm pretty sure we've all seen
Yeah,
all of those.
I've covered that when I did his memorial video after he passed.
Yep.
If you haven't seen that one, just look back to the. We did it within a week after he passed away.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
did a 21 gun salute for him and everything. Give him a good send off.
Oh yeah, that was a good episode. And we got David Hasselhoff, Mr. Baywatch himself.
I am not shocked. Now,
Nope.
for those of you that don't know, Hasselhoff was not really a big actor here in the States. I mean, he was somewhat well known. But for whatever reason, in Germany and Europe, they were just going crazy for that guy. Wow.
For reasons unknown, because I
That's
sure as
weird.
hell don't know. Let's see. His ex-wife claimed that he transmitted herpes to her. Still, they were respectful to each other. Got recognition by acting in The Young and the Restless. And of course, we know he went on to Baywatch and all that good shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, everybody's favorite dog owner. Not Michael Vick.
Oh, he's the dog fighting guy.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Of course, he played in the NFL for 13 seasons, and he's a free agent because of complications.
Okay. Well, didn't he do 2 years in prison?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was this written? Okay, so this is 2 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, we know. Yeah, he definitely did a stint for all that good stuff.
If I recall, he went to prison, came out, and then continued to play pro ball for a while.
I think for like a season or two, and then he pretty much fell off and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's favorite TV personality, Paris Hilton.
I am not shocked. Have you ever
Hmm.
seen that sex tape she had floating around?
I heard about it, didn't watch it.
Wow.
No thanks. It's not sure that she's infected with herpes or not. However, it's in the news that herpes treatment medications were found on her locker.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of another fun personality, Kim Kardashian. Kanye, go get yourself tested, bro.
Wow.
She once posted with a photo with sores around her lips that indicates the symptoms of herpes. Yes, I know. I looked at some of the images in that link. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, a lot of people have the cold sores around their lips and stuff.
Yep. It's been assumed that her husband infected her. Friend of Paris Hilton. She's famous for a reality show. Of course, we all know that. Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. That's such a bummer, man, because, she was fucking hot.
She was.
And now that I know that, I mean, it's ruined for me.
Yep. They leave a note here. Herpes cannot be treated, but symptoms can be reduced. So.
Because it's a virus.
It's a virus. David Beckham.
Who's that guy?
He's the famous soccer player, or footballer, as they say. He and his wife are suspected of having herpes. Oh, so his wife has it too. Lovely. It's assumed that he got infected by his wife.
Okay, there you go.
Fun times.
All right, now, listen, these people have a lot of money, and they're still catching this stupid shit. Just use some common sense, man. All right, what's the next one?
Let's see. And the last one here. Oh, Michael Jackson.
Oh, he's dead, so I don't care.
Yeah, he's dead. He's been dead for a long time.
What they say the herpes do?
Accused of transmitting herpes to women he had sexual relation, known for his unique style of dancing and songs. After all the years, people still follow him and get inspired by him.
Okay. I don't know, man. Wow. I mean, he was, a billionaire or something like that?
Yep.
And he had it. Damn.
Well, let's just say when things started going sideways for him, they went really sideways.
Yes, they did. he moonwalked his way right into the Herpegonasyphilaids den,
Yep.
and then he died.
Yep.
Okay.
But, that was just one list, but here's another one. We'll burn through this one, kind of like gonorrhea.
Because some of these names on these lists are pretty surprising.
Yep.
Like I was caught up that Scarlett Johansson. That really caught me off guard.
Yep. Let's see. This is STD carriers, disease and control prevention services. So these are the celebrities you really want to avoid. Got starting off. Got Alejandro Escovedo, musician. He's got the Hep C.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
Yep. Andrew Sullivan. If you they say author, but you've been brainwashed with the mainstream media. Yeah, you know him. He's got HIV and AIDS.
Oh my God! All right.
Andy Bell, musician's got the HIV and AIDS. Annabelle. Oh, porn star Brooke Ashley. Shocker. She's got the HIV and the AIDS.
Oh my God.
Yep. Got Anne Hetch, who's a actress. Got the herpes, the genital kind. Got Anthony Kiedis, musician. He's got the Hep C.
I'd even put Hep C on the list.
Stop sharing your heroin needles, people.
Yeah. Ooh.
We've got Billy Graham. He's got the Hep C.
Yeah.
Cameron Adams, of course, another porn star. HIV and the AIDS.
Now, I believe hepatitis C is curable to an extent. Huh. Okay.
That I'm not entirely sure on.
I don't know. I mean, I've been vaccinated against all that shit, so who knows?
Yep. So you got Carlos Estevez, also known as Charlie Sheen. He's got the HIV and AIDS.
We all knew that. That was all over the media.
Yep. Chris Negron, a musician. He's got the Hep C. Chelsea Handler, an actress. She's got the genital herpes. Got Chloe Nicole, another porn star. Got the genitals. Christian Bays got the HPV.
What do it mean? The genitals? What is
the genital herpes?
Oh, okay, genital. All right.
Yep. Trying to burn through this list as fast as possible, but we'll have fun here. Got Christine Bays, musician. She's got the HPV.
Ooh.
Christopher Smith, politician. Lord Smith, Finsbury. Okay, so he's over in England land. He's got HIV and AIDS. Chuck Panozzo, musician, HIV and AIDS.
What is this with musicians getting AIDS? Like virtually every musician you've actually mentioned has got AIDS. Wow.
Yep, it's either been AIDS or the Hep C, which Curtis Salgado has.
Yeah.
I got Danny Pintaro, actor, HIV and AIDS. Like that picture there. Meth's the boss. Meth and dicks, man.
Meth and dick. It's all meth and dick.
Yep. Darren Chiasia. I apologize for brutalizing that name. He's got HIV and AIDS.
Wow.
Darren Edwards, porn star. He lays the pipe, and he also picked up the HIV and AIDS.
God damn.
Dave Brindle, HIV and AIDS. Got David Crosby. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. He's got Hep C. David Hasselhoff has the genital herpes. We've covered that one. David Zuloaga, porn star, HIV and AIDS. David Marks, musician, Hep C. Dennis Rodman. He's got genital herpes.
Okay.
Derek Burtz, porn star, HIV and AIDS.
God. Well, from just going through this list, like the musicians and the porn stars have like the same fucking chance of death.
Yep.
What is going on? This is insane.
They're sharing needles, man. Ugh. Of course, well, that's Marilyn Manson. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that guy's name. We all know he's got Hep C. Dick Scanlon, author, has got the HIV and AIDS. And Dieter Lestrade, as journalist, he's also got the AIDS. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I guess I could have. I think from now on I'll be showing their orientation so we can get a real good look. Liza Minnelli's got genital herpes.
Uh-huh.
She's straight. Lisa Judd, she's got genital herpes. Straight. Lawrence Robert Shriv, he's an athlete. Abdullah the Butcher. So he's an old wrestler. He's got Hep C. Larry Kramer, HIV and AIDS. Orientation, gay.
Kramer.
Yep.
What did he do?
He's an author.
Oh, okay.
Laura Rocks, of course, porn star, HIV and AIDS. She's bi. Kentrell Deshaun Golden, he's a musician. He's got genital herpes. Kenny Neal, Hep C.
Oh my God. Yeah, but hepatitis C, I mean, I guess you could say it could be transmitted sexually, but you can catch that like shaking hands or, just general contact. You can catch hepatitis. But that's some scary ass shit. And Pamela Anderson, doesn't she have Hep C?
Well, she did bang Tommy Lee, so yeah. Keith Richards, he's a famous one. He's got the Hep C. Get Karen Stelliano. She's a porn star, so you can guess what she has.
She's got AIDS.
Got the AIDS.
God damn.
Julia Sweeney, the actress who played Pat, the questionable person, basically the first they them. She's got HPV. I got Jonathan Van Ness, reality star. He's got AIDS and he's gay. John Grant, musician, HIV, and he's gay. John Stagliano, porn star,
AIDS,
and he's bisexual.
I mean, he's got AIDS, so there you go.
Yeah. Joey DiPaolo, he's got AIDS, straight. Jim J. Bullock, gay, AIDS. Jerry Stahl, he's got Hep C.
Okay.
And then we got Jessica D, her porn name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. She got HIV and AIDS, and she's bi.
All right.
Jim Carrey.
Carrey?
He's got genital herpes.
He's got the herpes. Okay.
Got the herpes. Hans Kirsty. He's got HIV and AIDS. Gay. Hank Johnson, politician. Hepatitis C. Got Greg Louganis.
He's an athlete, right?
He's an athlete. He's got HIV, and well, he does have gay in his name, so of course he would be gay.
All right.
I got Gregory Harris, politician. HIV and AIDS.
Wow.
Gay.
There are so many politicians. Well, I'm not shocked politicians get AIDS.
No. George Barasa. That's if you can see the picture, that's a man.
Okay.
That's a dude. HIV and AIDS. Gay. Gene Weingarter, journalist, Hep C. Gareth Thomas, athlete. HIV and AIDS. Gay. Fred Hirsch, musician, HIV and AIDS, and he's gay. Edward White, HIV and AIDS, and he's gay.
Oh my God.
Dusty Hill has Hep C.
Who's Dusty Hill?
I did not know that. He's a musician. I can't remember what band he's in. But
yeah. All right.
I'll just scroll through the rest of these, see if there's any names that just happen to pop up.
Stick
here.
out.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just getting dirty even just talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea Scarlett Johansson was going to show up on one of these lists, man.
Yep. Got Naomi Judd. She's got Hep C.
Okay.
Pamela Weissenbach. She's got genital herpes. She is married to David House. That's David Hasselhoff's wife.
Okay.
There's Pam.
There it is.
Hep C.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, genital herpes. Let's see, who else? Who else here? No one else of note on that one.
All right. So, what is the actual medication that you take for herpes?
That I do not know.
We should probably. Can you just do a quick search to see if you can find that? Because
Yeah.
you guys need to know this.
Well, there's Tommy Lee.
If you're going to continue dating, you have a phone. You open up the medicine cabinet. You take pictures of all the bottles, and then you look them up. But I'm just trying to remember what that medication is. And it's God damn it, I can't remember it.
Okay, so
let me look on mine.
They say there is no cure for herpes, but antiviral medications can reduce symptoms, flare-ups, and risk of transmitting it to others.
All right.
See,
so I'm just trying to figure what the name of that shit was. I don't know. But here's the thing. The older you get, the greater your chances are of getting exposed to this nastiness. Because, I believe, was it 1 in 3 women today are on some type of head med. One in 3 has had an abortion. 1 in 3 has some type of STD. And they're out there giving that shit away for free. Well, it's not free. It's going to cost you co-pays and medication. But yeah. Listen, you guys got to be careful out there. This is serious business. And I'd even put Hep C on the list because you can catch that other ways. But that'll rot your liver out and kill you.
Yep. And I just browsed through the list again. There's only a couple other names on here. We got Shia LaBeouf. He's got genital herpes.
Okay.
And everyone's favorite golden shower boy, R. Kelly. He's got genital herpes.
All right. Hey, we got some super chats we can go through.
Yeah, let's jump through here, jump back in there. Let's see here. Got a Candy Grant from Mongo for $5. Said, I got some 304 juice down my urethra Franklin and acquired an infection of the prostate called prostasis. It burned for months.
304 juice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listen, so I've survived prostatitis, and I'm telling you, that shit is no joke. I had to get 2 surgeries for that. And it runs in my family. My grandfather, had the same problem when he was, started in his late 40s. But yeah, man, that is no joke. It's like sitting on a red hot coal every day, 24/7, 365. It was just miserable. Oh, yeah, it's bad. I don't think that was sexually transmitted, though. It's just the way it goes.
Yep, just happens. Let's see, got a Demaster 12, $2 says, I live in Reno, Nevada. It's true. Every word.
I knew it.
Yep. Got a Candy Grant from Mongo coming back with $2. Says, is the guitar a decoration or does someone play?
I personally don't play guitar. So this was given by Jeffrey Paul to put as a decoration on the set, but it does work. I just don't play because I don't have a musical bone in my body.
And Jeffrey Paul is the man that makes all the music for Redonkulous.com. He's got his own YouTube channel. Check him out. He's putting out some good stuff. And Count Chad the Impaler with 556. That's a good number. Says, lie down with the dogs, get fleas. Lie down with the 304s, get STDs.
Fitting. That is a thug life.
That was a good one. Let's see. Domestic 12 coming back with $5. Says Chelsea Handler is dirty. Good. I had to run a spotlight for her. I'm not allowed to run spots for her anymore because I called her a wretched fucking cunt.
Nice.
Nice. Come back and get with another $5.
Hey, look, you need to write up that story when you called her a cunt and send it in so we can read it on the air. I want to hear that story.
Oh, looks like he sent in a double chat there. So he sent that one in twice there. Sean St. George, $4.99 says, so if it's a celebrity or an adult star, they're pretty much gonna have Herpegonasyphilaids.
Yep.
Pretty much. Michael Simmons with $2 says, can't you get HIV/AIDS from dirty needles?
You can. And there was that one boxer, Tommy the Duke Morris, and it was suspected that's how he caught his HIPAA/HIV, was using heroin and shit like that.
Yep. I'm not sure how Freddie Mercury contracted his, but, well, he was a profound penis enjoyer.
Yes.
So it's a bit of a toss-up. That sucks, though, man, because he had good music.
Yeah, listen, he had a great voice. I loved his music. He was gayer than a $3 bill. Come on.
Yep.
Let's just be honest here.
Yep.
And he caught the HIPAA/HIV, and it killed him. And you got to admire the dude in certain aspect because he wrote his own funeral song. The song "Who Wants to Live Forever." He wrote that while he was dying of AIDS.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's a really good song too.
I'll have to give that one a listen back. And I got Sean St. George with $4.99 again. It says, after this show, I don't feel so bad about being single or having a long dry spell. I'm vada free.
Listen, I'm just doing this to help you guys out because this is a serious fucking subject, and everyone hates to hear about it and talk about it. But we're trying to put a comedic spin on it. So
yeah.
Maybe it'll sink into your thinking meat a little more effectively.
And like I said before, I will be sure to post the link to the images that Pop sent me. So if this show has not convinced you, just click on that link and hate me later because you sure as hell are gonna thank me.
So Jimmy, when you opened it up, what were you thinking?
I was like, images. I was like, oh God. Ah! I was like, yeah, nope. I was like, nope, we can't show that one. Can't show that one. But it'll be in the sources on the website there, gentlemen. So
can't show that one.
Can't show that.
Now, if this was like a medical show and we were doing like a briefing, I'm sure we could get away with it. But since they already hate my guts,
yeah, it's not.
Probably shouldn't show it.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll jump over to Rumble here. I know I saw quite a few over there. Got a Anonymous, $2. It says, scariest thing to see was Quentin Tarantino's junk melt off from Planet Terror. Should use that clip to scare people away from questionable sexual partners.
Well, here's the thing, gentlemen. And this is kind of why I came up with the dick stacking test. Is the more sexual partners this girl has, the greater the chances of her, transmitting some shit to you that she got from somebody else that she was giving it away for free. You don't need that. It's bad enough you're going to have 60, 70 Eskimo brothers. You don't want to be calling your Eskimo brothers asking them for medication to treat your penis. That's a no, That's a non sequitur, man. No. Don't do it.
No. No. Let's see. Digital Jew here with $2. It says, hi, Papa Jimbo. Been at the lake all week with niece, nephews, and 3 babies. So my sis and husband can have a break. I've cooked about 30 pounds of meat for us this week. Kids are eating good. Great times.
Meat.
Oh, yeah. It's actually starting to cool down quite a bit here today.
Yeah.
Today we were 80 degrees, and then tomorrow we're supposed to be 40s and rain. Possible snow.
Well, yesterday it was like 70 here, and now it's like 45. So I feel a little under the weather. I had to take a bunch of medication before I started this, so
Yep.
just to keep a headache from coming on. Because whenever there's a huge temperature change, it just wreaks havoc on me. Just
Same
wreaks
here.
havoc.
Got a digital dude jumping back here. Says, Pop, I saw an older 50-something-year-old with sagginess everywhere. On the back, she had back tits from the fat, and worst case of LBS, long back syndrome, no ass and fat back. Joined the club. I'm 57.
Fat back. Yeah, we did a comedy video for Levels of Fatness. You should watch that one.
Oh,
Oh my god.
let's see. Just scrolling back down through the chats here. It's like, oh, there we go. Got a anonymous coming back. Says, I think you got Freddie Mercury's song mixed up. Who Wants to Live Forever is from the Highlander soundtrack. I believe it was The Show Must Go On, is which is tragically sad.
I could be wrong. I thought that was Freddie Mercury who wrote and performed that song. So.
No, actually, I'll have to dig into that, see which one that is, because I do remember hearing The Show Must Go On.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, he's dead, so
he did.
Don't worry about it.
So you got a Professor Blake Pooh Ass Blaster 3000. Says, Pop, question. What do you think of the Hamas and Israel situation on the Gaza Strip?
Oh, right. I have been watching that shit for the past 2 days. And it's going to get bad. They are finding all kinds of individuals who were butchered, executed, killed by the Hamas when they came across the border. And from what I understand, Israel cracked down and actually took weapons away from its civilians, which I'm sure is going to bite them in the ass now because so many people got, fucked up. But I think Israel is going to really kick off in their fucking asses for what they did. And I personally don't get it, but I'm not Arabic, so I don't come from that culture, so it is what it is. Now, it's one thing if you come across the border and you attack military targets. That's bad, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not like kidnap your grandma and decapitate babies and cribs and shit bad. This is a class of evil that I'm going to be honest, it's right on par with what ISIS used to do. They used to do the same shit. And unfortunately, that religion and that culture, they always kind of gravitate to this caliphate system of government, which is just organized chaos that is held in place by brutality. And it's going to come down to a fight between civilization and barbarians, I think. All right. Now, I hope maybe we can back it up a little bit and then work it out. But there's been too many people who have lost too many of their family and friends, and Israel is pretty pissed. So I don't think that's going to happen. But I will say this: when we were going through our 9/11, there are reports out there of Israelis dancing and cheering when we lost those two buildings and 2,500 people lost their lives. So I'm not happy Israel got attacked. I think it royally sucks. But I talked about this on the supporter stream on Sunday. I'm going to be honest, Israel is not clean in this at all. I mean, they have done some atrocious shit over the years to the Palestinians and I believe up there in Lebanon as well. So the whole thing sucks, and hopefully we don't start slinging nukes around and we can get beyond this whole thing. But I am going to watch closely and see how Israel is going to pound the shit out of the Gaza Strip. They've already been shelling the shit out of it and then, dropping bombs and what have you. But, you fuck around, you find out. All right, there you go.
Yep. And I've been, Twitter has been nothing but that whole situation for the past 3 days now. And some things are being debunked. Some things are being questioned. Some things are saying this is an outright lie. So all I got to say is if you guys are paying attention to that, the propaganda is strong. Make sure your mind is stronger because a lot of bullshit is going on with that.
Here's another thing, too. The numbers that I'm hearing is there were 1,500 dead bodies of the Hamas attackers that have been found thus far. All right. So that's 1,500. Let's just say they took 20% casualties, maybe 30% tops. So we're talking there was like a 7,000 man fighting force that came across the border in a coordinated attack for the sole purpose of attacking the civilian population. That is not going to go over well. So
I did make a joke that Twitter didn't like, so they restricted it. I was like, I think the reason why that the Jewish people and the Muslims are so angry is because their religion forbids them to eat pork. Have you ever seen anyone angry eating a double bacon cheeseburger, Pop?
No.
Just saying, a double bacon cheeseburger could bring world peace.
Yeah, take the edge off of it. Yeah. Now, I had a friend in high school who was Jewish, and he was not allowed to eat any of that stuff at his house. So he would call me and be like, "Hey, what's your mom making for dinner?" I'm like, "I believe she's making pork chops." "What time are you eating?" "Right around 5. I'll be there at 4:30. He loved them. He'd come over to eat pork chops and eat anything that had pork in it. He'd eat it at my house because he couldn't have it at home.
Like I said, bacon can bring more peace.
I love bacon. I love the taste. I just can't stand it if you cook it too long when it burns.
Yep.
Then that triggers PTSD in me.
Oh, not good.
No.
Let's see. Got a couple more super chats over here on MGTOW.tv. Got Mountain Man 9395. $5 says the most famous singer who actually died of AIDS in November 1991, Freddie Mercury of Queen.
Yep.
And Gert Frobe, $5. Dusty Hills from ZZ Top. Okay, I thought he looked familiar.
Oh, he's from ZZ Top?
Yep.
Okay.
He was actually was Dusty the one that died recently?
I don't know.
I think so.
I used to like ZZ Top when I was a kid.
Yeah, they weren't bad. All right. Looks like refresh Odyssey here. A few over there. All right. Let's see. I got a agent of social media chaos. David Hasselhoff was in the horror movie Piranha 3DD. So was Christopher Lloyd, by the way. Interesting movie.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. Alley Card 1776. I bet a lot of the Hollywood sleuths have all sorts of STDs.
I bet you they do.
Yeah, that's a safe bet to have. It follows it up with common sense is not a gift. It's a punishment for those who don't have it.
I would say you are correct.
Yep. Agent of social media chaos comes back. Christopher Lloyd was also in the horror movie Blood Lake, in which his character had one of the best death scenes I've ever seen in any horror movie. Death by blood-sucking eel going up his butt while he's on the toilet.
Oh, that's bad. I need to hear that. That's terrible.
I've heard of the stories of pythons in the toilet, but a blood-sucking eel going up your fourth point of contact?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, thanks. See, Chief Kikabitch of Slap Ho Nation. He sent in a YouTube video. I'll be sure to send that over to you, Pop.
Okay.
It says, here's a long video with a subject that you may want to use for a later episode.
All right.
I'm sure the info and more is available in an article somewhere. Of course, we won't play it now, but it is. It's about the causes of death of Ornpay stars.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out.
That'd be a good one. See, Schmuck with $25. Isaac Asimov died of AIDS through blood transfusion due to his hemophilia.
That's got to be shitty.
Yeah,
That's bad. Oh,
yeah. And last one here, Chief Kikabitch is the Slapaho Nation. Why do you think the group was called Queen? It was
yeah.
all openly gay.
Yep. They were butt lovers.
Butt buddies. All right, let me do one last quick check through here. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Looks like I'm good over there. And we are all caught up on YouTube.
All righty. You ready? I'm going to get my briefing.
Yep, let's get it, Pop.
All right. All right. My name's First Sergeant Pop Retired, and I'll be giving you this VD briefing for the day. This might be a little shocking. I don't care about your feelings. I only care that you don't get goddamn infected by the 304s walking around out there in current year, because they're giving that shit away like candy, and some of that candy will rot your ass out or something worse. So let us begin. The human race comes in two models, the male and the female. There isn't 160 some odd genders. None of that. You get two, that's it. You got the Peg D model. All right. It comes with the slot A, a slot B, and a Peg D. All right. The Peg D works from hydraulics, and it's designed to invade the slot C. Now, this is the slot C model. You can see she's got a set of dials and pegs, and she also comes with the slot B and slot C. Now, when you're going to upgrade and interact with said peg slots and dials and pegs, you need to be careful. Wear a condom so you don't get any of the nasties directly on your skin. If you are an unfortunate herding unit who selected a overly dirty woman, you can expect to have a burning ring of fire, and I'll explain that phenomena to you later on in this briefing. All right, now the activities here that you should probably stay away from is slot A to slot B. That's a big no. Now people will call that mouth to ass. Not really a fan. It's kind of nasty. No, it is nasty. All right, then you got D to A, peg D to slot A. It's, some mouth hug with a head bob. It is what it is. Then you got peg D to slot B. It's gay. All right. Now I'm not talking about the 2 times a year where you're out with your woman getting drunk or whatever, and she turns around and says, "Put it in my butt." Okay, because that's an alcohol-related incident upon request. Got it. But if you are into this, well, there you go. All right, then you have slot C to slot A. That's situational dependent. All right, some women don't like it if you're going to town on the slot C and you come up to give some tongue intrusions to the slot A. Some women don't like that, and I totally get it. All right, now you have to be careful because here is some of the stuff you can get. Now, I didn't put hepatitis C on there. I should, but technically it's not really a venereal disease. It's a standard disease that is one mode of transmission. All right, first on the list is vaginosis. That's basically she's got to wash her shit. She's doing something bad. Things are rotten in there. The chemistry's off. It smells to high heaven. And if you mess around with that, you're having a desperate night or you need a slump buster, that is the main culprit for the burning ring of fire. Next, you have yeast infections. All right, now, people are like, yeast infections. Guys don't get yeast infections. Normally, you would be correct. But it does happen, especially if you're hitting nasty vaginosis, slot C, that's contaminated. All right. And To treat this, you need another type of antibiotic which works on fungus. It's an antifungal. It's extremely harsh on your liver and kidneys. So keep that in mind. Next one here, lice. All right. In the grand scheme of things, this is like just a moderate annoyance. Basically, you wash your clothes, wash your shit, get the special shampoo, wash it out, you're fine. How do I know this? Well, in the Army, if one person in the barracks comes up hot for body lice, head lice, or crotch lice, everyone on the floor has got to get treated for it. And I missed probably a good half a dozen weekends because somebody was dick thinking in my platoon and decided to bring that nastiness back to the barracks. It's not a good thing. All right, next we have chlamydia. You can treat that with antibiotics. I call chlamydia gonorrhea light. And then you have gonorrhea, which is also, it's one step worse than chlamydia, and it's treatable with antibiotics. Next, you have syphilis, which I call gonorrhea squared, because that shit will kill you if you don't treat it and it goes on long enough. Even if if you don't catch it right away and you actually can treat it down the road, it gets very, very difficult because that stuff gets into your nerves, your spinal fluid. I believe it can cross the blood-brain barrier, and it is an absolute nightmare to treat if you don't get it up front. All right. After that, we have AIDS. All right. Now, you heard the list of guys who have AIDS for whatever reason. Musicians and porn stars, they're neck and neck for the finish line on this one. And there's no cure for that. They give you pills that lower the viral load, but it doesn't bring it to zero. And they're very exceptionally harsh on your liver and kidneys. And I believe they will destroy your pancreas as well. Next, you have the herpes, which is just those annoying bumps. Now there's lots of people who have herpes simplex 1, which is on your lips. And then you have the unlucky people who have herpes simplex 2, which is down below. Now, if you have it on your lips and it's 1 and you take it down to the slot C, she can wind up with it on, the herpal HIV on her downstairs chewed up bubble gum. So I can't advise it. Finally, you have warts. They're incredibly deadly. Well, I shouldn't say they're deadly, not right away. If you have this, there's really no cure for it. They say there's a vaccine. I don't know if it actually works across the various strains that you have going on here, because there's quite a few. Some of them are exceptionally bad, and if you're unlucky to get one of those, the only treatment for it is to burn them off or cut them out. That's it. All right. Now, while you're conducting your upgrades or your pegs to slot assignments, you got to watch out for slipping one by the goalie. See, this model of human here, from the ages of 16 to 28, there's only 3 people on the ice playing the game. The 2 defensemen, they're in the penalty box serving major penalties. So it's a 5-on-3 game all day long. Hell, even the goalie could score from across the net. That's how easy it is. So you got to wrap your tool. Don't be a fool, because you'll be on the hook for 18 to 21 years of child support, depending upon what state you're living in. Next, you got Grunt interference. All right, now you see you have Grunt interference and FUPA, FUPA. All right, now gut interference is, that mound of gelatinous fat that hangs above the slot C, and you're going to have to hold that up with your forehead while you're doing your stuff down there, because it's getting in the way. So thus the interference. You have the FUPA, which is a fat upper pussy area or fat upper belly area. And that one, that's more extreme. You actually have to hold that up. All right. I don't recommend it, but that's how that works. Okay. Next, you have the upstairs slingshot maneuver. This is when the woman exposes her dials and pegs, and they're literally rolled up like old beagle ears or a beat up tobacco purse, and they almost flop all the way to the floor. You don't need that. I call that the pseudopod attack. Not a good thing. And then some of those guys who like to mess with women who are too big, some of those guys wind up with, where do I put my dick fat? She's so fat, you don't even know what's going on. And there's so many slots and folds. It is what it is. Now, when I talk about the slot A, it stands for an acronym, which is assisted super stupid. All right. Nobody will know you're stupid until you run your slot A. And then it becomes painfully obvious to everyone within earshot. Then you have the slot B, which is back under taint. This is an exit only. Do not abuse it, because when you get older, things fall off. Prolapsed anus, anal fissure, hemorrhoids, anal cancer, which is probably one of the worst ones to get. The only thing that would come close to that is dick cancer and eye cancer. Not pretty. All right. Next to C, for the slot C, I call it the Bermuda Triangle, because whatever this portion of the human race can do, this one has a habit of this little slot right here destroying lives, taking all your money, putting you in prison, taking your kids, and quite literally what goes in there not coming out. It's the Bermuda Triangle. Whole lives and fortunes have been lost in there, never to be seen again. All right, so this is a remake of the first video I did, which was called Popular Mechanics. This is very close to the VD briefing that I used to give once a year to my guys. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed it. I try to put a positive spin on it because nobody wants to hear about junk rotting and falling off. It's just not a good subject.
Yeah, I think an appropriate thing to play is this.
Hopefully you guys like that. That took me, what, 7 minutes to do?
Yeah, a little bit, but we did have one. Let's see. Oh, I closed it out. Damn it. Did have one more. But as we know, in California, you can knowingly spread the Hippo HIV to unsuspecting people and not be charged.
No, you get away scot-free.
Get away scot-free. So, yeah.
Yeah, didn't we get a super chat for 50?
Good times. Let's see. Yep, just saw that. It was Soul on the Lich for an ARS 50. He says, XX people took the means of reproduction, and unsurprisingly, as everything that is under commie role, it got run into the dirt.
Yep. Yes, it did.
Sure did. Just jump around here and check the other chats here. I don't want to leave anybody out. Whoa, that is MGTOW.tv, you guys never disappoint. That's a good one. Yep. All right, let's see. Anything over on Odyssey? Nope, all clear on Odyssey. See, looks like that is it for tonight for the super chats.
All right. So hopefully you guys learned something. I don't know, man. This is just it was a horrible subject to cover, but it has to be covered. Okay. Like I said, it's just one more thing that's going to help break your will to stay here on this planet if you catch some bullshit like this, because it doesn't need to happen. It just requires a little bit of self-control. Now, if you're one of those guys who caught something because his significant other decided to go out and sample some sausage, I'm sorry, these things happen. You have to handle that. But if you're with a woman and she's got a high body count, you really need to be cautious, because you catch that shit, some of it's fatal, incurable, and it'll ruin your goddamn life.
Yeah, I would say that was pretty much the safety briefing tonight. Unless you want to add more to that, Pop.
No, that's good. It's fine.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Not sure what the plan is for tomorrow. Not sure if Rhino's going to fill in because Blake is still going to be gone. He'll be back tomorrow night, so he'll be back on Thursday, I believe.
We'll play it by ear for tomorrow.
Yep, play it by ear tomorrow. So, gents, keep an eye out for the website, and if you do click on that special link, don't hate me. Hate this guy because he's the one that sent it to me and I opened it up. Evil bastard.
It's for shock value, man.
It is definitely shocking. Ugh. Alrighty, gents. We will catch you tomorrow night.
Take it easy.